Working in community means that we get this unique and privileged glimpse into the issues that other countries, other cities, other individuals are trying to solve, and we get to be a part of that. The point of solving these problems isn't just that we fixed it here, but that we fix it because we come together, we decide that this is intolerable, and we work on a way to make it different.
The Norwegian Refugee Council is an independent humanitarian organization that works to protect the rights, save the lives, and help rebuild the futures for the people that are forced to flee conflict and persecution.
TechSoup's mission is to create a dynamic bridge between people with resources and people that need those resources.
We've never seen numbers so high. The needs have never been so great. We are at 100 million people that have been forced to flee due to conflict or persecution. We have 16,000 people working for us across 35 countries. For our staff, Okta is an enabler to security and secure access.
Every year, TechSoup helps, let's say conservatively, 80,000 organizations with budgets under $100,000. And we see how those organizations are struggling to set up a tech stack that allows them to manage securely and safely. It is so important to us that we're protecting the information of the organizations we serve. And so it gives us a lot of comfort and confidence knowing that those systems that have that organization's data is managed with Okta.
So let's imagine for a moment a person who is fleeing a crisis or conflict. To be able to help them, we need to understand who they are, where they come from, what their needs are. And so we collect all this data. We have a role to play to safeguard it and to make sure that we bring no harm.
It's not a Cold War era when people are kidnapped from the street. It's rather an era when everything is being hacked, but the consequences can be equally serious.
The gap between the needs and the available resources continues to grow.
It doesn't really matter if it's a big organization or small organization. We observe even large philanthropic organizations, they are facing really difficult times during the war.
This grant and this relationship with the Okta for Good team allows us to put our bet on community.
There will be many layers of what this grant will provide. We need to connect it to what people in the field know best, which is the protection of those that we serve. But to do something as specific as this, as creating a framework for data responsibility and then translating that into training and applying it to our staff, for that you need a project-like funding.
It's not only about funding, it's about supporting the vision, supporting the infrastructure, bringing immense knowledge that Okta has to the nonprofit sector.
And so it's almost like a coming of age of the sector in understanding that cybersecurity must be a necessary component of what we do and how we do it.
When there's no hope, then there is still hope in activism and in people and in common action.
It's validating. It's validating for me inside a capacity building organization to see Okta take the needs of civil society seriously, not just desire them as customers. Creating that space where we're talking about the needs of civil society and it's the mover for the engagement, that's pretty awesome.